Oh, I love the smell of burned Castile in the morning. Legion and welcome to my channel. My name is Ludi, and you sly dogs actually managed to get the 5,000 likes mark for the Byzantine video, which means that we are going to be doing the mid-1500s Byzantine guide. If you're curious how we got to this point where we have all of these juicy lands and vassals, then click the links in the description. You have a playlist with the previous videos as well as in the comment section. So to start this off with a blast, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna be declaring war on the Mamluks from the very first of the next month. Boom, our truce is over with the Mamluks, and we're not gonna let them even breathe for a little bit. We're gonna go for the reconquest of our beloved Syrian vassals cores here. A booyah, and let's go, boys. First and foremost, we're going to be crushing their fleets so that we have an easy access into the Mamlukian lands. By the beginning of the 1500s, you guys should have at the very least all of the Balkans and most of the Anatolian parts, as well as a strong, proper economy. Oh, that is really convenient. We got one stability, guys, from the clergy. Alright, we're going to be sieging down Halab, and we're going to be using this to open it up. 43 military points to destroy the city walls, which in turn means that we're going to be getting access to this city very fast, and the earlier we get that, the better it is for us, since it is our war goal, so we can get our ticking war score against the Mamluks. Mamluks are trying to go back into Halab, so I'm actually going to attack them in Halab. I don't want them to actually take this. We'll be reinforcing my troops there because they're also reinforcing their troops. I'm going to split this in half so I have 2 times troops with which I can reinforce, although I'm probably not going to need them. There you go. So this is actually really important, guys. Whenever you do have a big battle, make sure that you don't reinforce with your entire army. Just reinforce with a little bit to get some morale back up. We integrated Bosnia. That is perfect. We can now make it a full integral state within our country. We are going to be concentrating a little bit there, so it's cheaper for us to convert the Bosnian culture, since I do intend on converting all of this to Greek eventually. By the way, guys, I really appreciate the fact that you actually left a like on that video. And if you want to see more of this campaign, leave another like. If we beat the amount of likes that we have on the previous video, then I will be doing a 1600s guide for the Byzantine Empire. That means if we get 7,000 likes on this video, I know it's a lot of likes, guys, but I think that we can actually do it. I have faith in us. Imagine the nerves on these Mamluks trying to siege down the great city of Constantinople, where all Scotsmen alike will be stack viping every Mamluk. Now that we dealt with these boys, we're going to be dealing with the rest of their armies hiding out in the province of... Do they really want to get stopped in Chios? If I siege down Sugla, they will not be able to leave that province anymore. Oh dear lord, this is ridiculous. I essentially have the entirety of the Mamluk army here trapped in one province now. This war has already been won. I have to say, I don't even need to wipe them out. Of course, I will obviously stack wipe. I can just keep them there for the rest of the war, and that would just be it. Like, I literally wouldn't even need to bother with this. That being said, look at the difference in morale here. From quite a few different perspectives, we have a great and super disciplined Roman force of Chadanaries. This is the reason why, as the Byzantines in the early game, because you're at war since the very start continuously, it's actually really easy to win the wars as you start snowballing. We can peace out these guys here, and we are going to be going for the cash, cancel a few of their alliances. There you go. Now we just need to deal with the Mamluks. Taking these forts is actually vital, especially the fort in Karak. Since it is a mountain fort, it makes it really hard for the Mamluks to take this back, especially if you have an army close by ready to engage them when they do try to take it back. And we even managed to get our pike infantry. Remember, guys, you update your unit at the last day of a given month when you're at war. Otherwise, you might risk getting stack wiped if your troops don't have enough time to recover their morale. Guys, I'm going to show you something that is actually very, very important for you to know. I've seen a lot of you guys asking me in the comment section, Ludi, why don't you just go in the peace treaty and return cores in your peace deal? Well, I'm gonna show you why not. So you can see here, I'm returning the cores, right, for my Syrian vassal. But look at this carefully. I'm getting 25 aggressive expansion, and it cost me 81 war score to do it like this. Now I'm gonna clear the offer, and I gave all of these provinces to my vassal directly. I'm gonna do this to this province as well, and let's do this one more time. This time I'm just gonna give these directly like this. As you can see, instead of 81 war score, it only cost me 76 war score, and it even cost me less aggressive expansion too, by 3 aggressive expansion. So whenever you do a peace deal, always assign the province to the vassal and give it back directly, not from the return core interaction. Tabuk has fallen, which essentially means we can go for 100% now. This is going to be really helpful, and since the money that comes from the Mamluks now is going to fuel our expansion into the rest of the Middle East for quite some time. We're also going to be converting a few more of these provinces, and we have to look towards our next target. We also can sell titles now for 1,400 ducats more and seize land. As you can see, we can rebuild the Parthenon that gives us advisor cost reduction, and at level 3 we get minus 20% advisor cost reduction. And guess what? When we get the city of Cairo eventually and we start building the pyramids, there's another minus 20% advisor cost reduction. Keep these two things in mind, as eventually you'll see how ridiculously cheap our advisors are gonna get. We're gonna be building a few more production buildings as well, and a few more manpower buildings, and we will be regrouping back in our mainlands here before we attack again. We've actually become so powerful that we can diplomatically vassalize Italian OPMs. This is quite insane. And also, I just saw that Karaman, who is by the way pretty massive now, have attacked Akoyunlu. I'll wait for Karaman to fully annex Akoyunlu, and then afterwards I am gonna attack Karaman and do the same thing to them. Can we get a Deus Vult in the comment section, please? We managed to unlock this before the nation of Karaman finished off Akoyunlu, so that means it's gonna be a slaughter time, boys, because we will be attacking with the Deus Vult CB, not the Reconquest CB. Not this time, boys, not this time. Oh wow, the Diet wants us to take over Aintab, and sadly Karaman did not fully annex Akoyunlu like I'd like them to, but it's a-okay. We still can make this into a super great war through which we gain everything we ever imagined we'd be able to gain. Most importantly, it's going to be the access that we'll have to the nation of Karakoyunlu, so that we can start releasing Iraq afterwards and feeding that nation all of its cores as well. We managed to trigger the military reform that gives us 200 military power, but most importantly 20% morale of armies and mil-tech cost. This is insane. Also, this war is ridiculously easy. I'm not even finding any sort of a challenge in fighting these guys. I'm gonna peace out the Ghazi Kumuns here, or better yet Hisan Kaifa first with Ghazi Kumuns to follow, and I'm gonna kill all of the separatists. I don't want these. I'm gonna take all of these lands for myself. In fact, this is gonna be my war deal. Even Bayezid I'll take as well. Sorry Coptics, I know you're cool and stuff. No Coptics in my empire for the time being. Aggressive expansion wise, nobody interesting here is gonna be joining against us. It also means that we do our mission for an extra 50 admin points and some loyalty with the nobility, which means we can take some crownlands, bringing us up to 28% crownlands. It also means that we now have access to Akoyunlu, which we will be attacking. In fact, I'm gonna attack him right now. Let's go. Let's kill him off. Plahez. And we gotta convert the rest of Syria. Syria, by the way, I've turned into a Orthodox nation, and that's why I had less prestige, because I had to placate them to make them loyal again. We're gonna also barrage this fort as well as this fort. Hey, even admin points, nice. And we'll make sure that we keep our troops close to each other in this war, since Karakoyunlu likely has a few troops lying around somewhere. Essentially, it's like taking candy from a baby at this point. The sheep slaughter has finished, and we're gonna peace him out now. Now, what we're gonna do next is a pro gamer 5 or even 6 head move. If you you thought that I am going to be releasing the nation of Iraq, then you are very schmor, because that is what I just did. That is correct. We are releasing Iraq to feed back all of these cores that they have on the nation of Mushasha. Quite a few cores actually here. After we finish taking these cores, we can just use the Holy War CB to take the rest of that stuff. Remember that we did all of this within just 7 freaking years, man. And guess what? The truce we had with the Ottomans is finished as well. We're gonna attack them with the Holy War CB this time, and we're gonna pretty much fully annex them after this war. Not sure if they're gonna have any provinces left, to be fair. We also got to take care of the rebels that we have. We actually have quite a few rebels, to be honest. And we're gonna divert one of these armies here to march into the Ottoman lands. It would appear that it is a time to carpet the siege the Ottoman, because why wouldn't Greek people speak with an Italian accent, right? Hashtag Ludi logic. This war is pretty much done in here. I just have to finish off a few more provinces, and it seems like they actually are in a second war that they are winning. So the reality is I'm probably gonna have to siege down those provinces also before I peace them out. Feels bad, man. It's time to peace out Mushasha. We're literally just going for the cores that Iraq has with some money on the side, and we're finally ready to peace out the Ottomans. There you go. All the stuff that we promised earlier, plus the one province here. We don't really need that, but I'm taking it just because I want to. Coalition wise, nobody to be worried about whatsoever, and we should be okay overextension wise, I hope. Yeah, we're fine. We're gonna do this first, core up all of these other lands here, and as much of this as we can. In the next war, we should be able to fully destroy and get rid of this monstrosity that is the Ottomans within our beloved alone. They also still have the vassal, which is likely gonna go into an independence war unless the Ottomans are smart and they actually cancel the vassalage on them. We also can take 5% more crownless, which brings us up to 32%, which means that actually it is a little bit smarter to just sell some of these titles, and we will do so. We now have 22 as well as a buttload of money to use for our expansion. I have also the classical stuff of any Roman conquest, and I started converting the cheapest of lands to my culture to avoid those pesky separatists in the future. Cannot have nationalism if there's only one nation, can you? We also can start integrating some of our boys here, and I am going to start with these bad boys since it's going to take a long ass time to integrate them, and I'll do the same with the Wallachians. I can integrate 2 of these guys at the same time. I'm going to also concentrate dev on these boys since it's going to make it faster for me to integrate them. It means I'm going to shave off 4 years actually. That is massive. 4 years from concentrating dev. That's actually quite impressive. Constantinople is an 83 development province without even trying too much to concentrate and pillage around the world. We can also do this on Syria here. It is going to make them a little bit disloyal, but we can also just cancel the diversion of trade and pay off their debts. Continue this a little bit more. If you need to, you can also placate the rulers. That alone shaved off about 8 years from integrating them, so that is a big deal right there. I have a little bit of a dilemma. I want to attack Hungary, but because they're allied to the Spanish, it's gonna be a very long war and a slug on my manpower pool. At the same time, my truce is about to finish with the Mamluks, and I want to attack them also. So what am I gonna do? Well, I think I'm gonna do 3 wars at the same time. Why am I doing 3 wars at the same time? This is important for your playthrough, guys, because attacking Hungary directly would bring in Spain. I'm gonna attack the Spanish instead and set my war goal for something that I actually really want. In my case, that would be the province of Salento. Hungary is not joining because they have some debt, so that's actually pretty good for me, and I can call in the Muscovites as well. I'm gonna do this war. Let's go. That's one. Gonna convert some people as well, and I'll wait for 1 month. I'm also gonna do the second war after 1 month. I probably should have brought my fleet back home in hindsight. We're gonna actually get a admiral because we're gonna need one for this war, and we will be building a few more ships. We're gonna in fact build some heavy ships since heavies are gonna be extremely important in this war, as the majority of the Spanish ships are actually heavy ships. We also will declare the second war on the nation of Hungary, and this should be a fairly easy war. It also means that the Hungarians are not joined by the Spanish, so that's gonna make it really easy and fast. The Mamluks are at war with the Spanish too, actually. Hold up a sec. Oh, they helped their Moroccan here to defend against the Portuguese and Spanish. Okay, I'm actually gonna use that to my advantage also. The war against the Hungarians is going pretty darn well, so because of that, I'm actually going to attack the Mamluks. Another reason why I'm attacking the Mamluks is because they likely will join in a coalition against me if I don't attack them, since nations already have started joining in that coalition. You have to think 5 steps ahead of time. You want to attack these nations and get a truce with them before they get a chance of joining in a coalition against you. Otherwise, it's going to be really hard dealing with those coalitions if they do manage to trigger. So it's your choice, but I highly recommend that you do this. The Great Huns have been hunted down, I guess you could say, because they're giving in to my demands, and most of the Balkan provinces I'm interested in are once more a part of the empire, which also means that we can now focus on the Spanish as well as on the Mamluks that I've basically been ignoring up until this point. Let's send our legions into the lands of Egypt. We actually can send these guys as well into Naples. I likely just want to take the province of Salento. I'm not really gonna bother too much with the Mamluks here because I really just want to take a few lands. I'm gonna fully annex Akoyunlu because it's really just a nuisance, and I am taking some lands from the Mamluks, but I'm not taking Cairo, not in this peace deal, because I actually am using this so that I can get to the Tunisians and the Moroccans afterwards. That is correct. I am taking these lands here so that I have a border with the Tunisians and I can attack the Tunisians right after this war. We also do have complete naval superiority. We've absolutely crushed the Spanish fleets a number of times because of the mix of galleys with heavy ships that we have right now. Our armies also will be sieging down most of Naples here, and we should have enough war score to take one province. Literally just want one single province. We're gonna start the war against the Tunisians now with the Holy War CB, of course, and we will be rushing for both of their villages here, or sorry, cities here. The Spanish are trying to take back Neapolis, but they will not succeed. We will crush them. We're gonna be taking this city first, so we have the fort defending all of Sicily. Also, I did notice that Salento, which I wanted to take, is 18 development. They devved this up 10 times. They've devved up most of Naples quite a few times, actually. 9 times in this one. Because of that, I'm only gonna take the province of Cosenza. This is vital, since taking Cosenza means I can release Neapolis and feed it back all of these cores afterwards. Barrage everything you see. Don't worry about the wasted military points. We don't have any idea sets that we're filling in now, so we can actually afford to waste these points. There you go. Messina has fallen. We can carpet siege everything else here now, and we can send our troops back over here so we can attack the Spaniards. I'm also going to be using my fleet to blockade some of the Spanish straits, which is going to give me some more war score, so I can take a little bit of money as well in this peace deal. Syria looks to be a little bit disloyal. Gonna placate them a little bit. You know what? I'm gonna take this island too because I want to and because I can. So in most cases, guys, if you're doing a Roman Empire restoration, you don't actually need anything in North Africa except the cities of Fez, Tunis, and Cairo here. I am not just going for a regular Roman Empire restoration. I want the Roman Empire borders at its height. So that means all of North Africa, all of Egypt, and so on. And because of that, what we're gonna go for in this peace deal is this land without the actual city of Tunis, so that we can start consolidating our power and what we have so far. This is mainly because right now we are roughly 3 technologies behind everybody for admin tech. I'm actually really far behind tech wise for admin tech, so I need to chill, stop expanding, and focus on getting my ideas unlocked, because that is really important in this game. So that being said, we're gonna consolidate whatever we can consolidate here. Apparently not that much. Destroy this crappy fort here as well, and kill off the rebels so we can actually seize land and then sell some more crownlands for more cash. We also can release the Nation of Naples, and we'll do that right now actually. Wait a sec. So Spain actually committed the ultimate troll against me. I cannot release Naples from a Neapolitan province with the Naples core. Why is that? Well, that is actually because before they integrated Naples, they changed the primary culture of Naples to Castilian. So because of that, I need to release Naples from a Castilian primary culture province. My dreams of taking all of this for no AE have gone down the drain. It can happen a lot of times in a game that the AI does this, so you have to be on your toes and watch out for these kind of situations. We're going to be attacking Karamat here. We're going to go for Holy War CB because we are going to take all of their provinces, and overall it's going to be less aggressive expansion doing this than just going for the Kayseri. Also, we'll be attacking the nation of Genoa. They actually lost almost everything except these 3 provinces outside of Italy, so it should be a fairly easy war. Oh, we got more Wibbles. Nice. Go over here and kill the Wibbles. There you go. The second ver within a few months. Nice. I guess you could say that as a nation, we're a little bit belligerent, so to say. We do have an average enjoyment for declaring wars, don't we? Yes, we do. I love it when you conquer these provinces that this one says Justiniana. Such a Roman way of calling this, and it's absolutely beautiful for me. I just really enjoy it. So we're gonna be fully annexing the nation of Karaman, which means that we get rid of one of the most annoying, very angry at us nations in Anatolia. Also means that we go over our overextension by quite a little bit, but it is not that much of a big deal. We can do this first off, and that's gonna lower our overextension by quite a big chunk, actually. There you go. We went down to 102%. So I'm gonna peace him out too. There you go. And that is peace in our times, as they say, piss in our times. The next phase of this campaign is literally just chilling for a little while. We do have 2 more technologies to catch up with. And by the way, guys, this is something 100% you did not know. Every single idea that you unlock, that means these ideas, whether it's an admin idea, military, or diplo idea, gives you minus 2% technology cost. So because we have 7 admin ideas and 7 military ideas, we got minus 14 for admin tech and minus 14% for military tech cost reduction. We don't have this for diplo because we don't have any diplo idea sets unlocked. The time has arrived, boys. It is absolutely the moment for us to finish off the Ottomans once and for all, and we're gonna do the same with the Hisan Kaifa. We're gonna be fully destroying both of these nations and integrating them within the greater Roman Empire here. We've also integrated Wallachia, speaking of integrations, which is great because we have less vassals to worry about now, and we can also concentrate this another time before we make it a full state. 7th of December 1538, the day when the Ottomans are no more and coalitions don't exist either. Can we get an F in the chat for the Ottomans? End of the day, guys, the Ottomans are family. I mean, just look at a DNA test of your average Turkish person. It's more Greek than anything else. Okay, now we can do our missions here too. I should have gotten the coastline earlier on so I could do these missions, but hey, whatever. Now we can also re-establish the theme system, the most overpowered mission in the game. We're gonna get another gentleman in here, and he's a 3 siege, really not that bad actually. Gonna come very much in handy, sir. We have slightly stabilized from an admin points point of view, and we are ready for a new war, guys. We will be attacking the Mamluks so we can get some cash from them quickly and take a few provinces as well, since I do want to actually unify my lands here before anything else. We also can take this one province that we didn't take in the previous war against them to make our lands look a lot better. At the same time, I might attack the Spanish again since my truce is over, and I can attack with the Cleansing of Heresy CB now. Also to note, they've released Aragon as a vassal simply because Aragon here. Actually, you know what? I'm going to support the independence of Aragon. Hell yeah. Let's do it. Let's do it, boys. Even if I go over my diplo slots, I don't mind seeing an independent Aragon to screw over with the Spanish. So yeah, they basically did this because in 1.31, the AI releases vassals whenever it goes over its governing capacity. It's something that I'm not sure I'm very much fond of. This army is going to get massively stack wiped here. Let's go. Oh yeah, okay. We got a 1 freaking dice roll. Of course it didn't get stack wiped because we got a 1 dice roll. How is that even possible, man? All good. All good. Like I said, historical Roman borders, which means that we're going to take all of this. We'll be taking Cairo in the next war. We're not in a real rush to take Cairo right now. Obviously concentrate to make it cheaper to core, and we can do the same thing here as well. It also means we did the mission here because we took Tabuk, as that was our estates mission. We are in the war for the Aragonese independence, however, so we have to fight this off, and the Aragonese are actually winning. This is actually quite entertaining. Did not expect this to be such a fun war, but let's see how good the Spanish armies are. Oh, you guys retreated, you bastards. Fairly confident I can defeat the Spaniards. There you go. We freaking crushed them. We absolutely crushed them. Hell yeah, boys. Amazing Roman steel, proving once more that you do not mess with the Romanius. There you go. That's a stack wipe right there. Beautiful. Oh, I love the smell of burned Castile in the morning. The truce with Tunis is over as well, so we will attack him once more so we can do more damage and take even more lands in this beautiful war. I feel like Aragon might actually take some lands from the Castilians in this war as well, and that's probably going to be best since I have a sneaky plan for the future that I might tell you, or you might already know what I'm talking about if you've watched some of my previous videos. Oh, don't fall, don't fall. 85%. That was an 85% siege for the AI, man. This is the first time I see this. It's also a stack wipe. Booyah, boys. It's a stack wipe, yo. Wait a second. Did Aragon just give me lands in this deal? Oh, boy, that's not good because this is actually a really high aggressive expansion since we didn't use the Deus Vult CB for this. Oh, well, hopefully no coalition's gonna trigger against us. We do have quite a few extra nations in Europe now that have above 50 aggressive expansion, so we have to be really careful. The Tunisian war is done, and we now have a border with the Moroccans. 1550, and we already have half of the Roman Empire, as well as a strong army, 165,000 troops, and 100 ships, as well as 38 ducats on the plus, whilst we maintain level 4 advisors and 165 troops. We also are ahead of tech, and we finished all 3 of our idea sets, which in turn gave us access to the culture conversion cost policy, so essentially we can convert all of these for almost nothing, just 11. That is absolutely amazing. I am gonna convert a few of these actually right now. If you guys want me to continue this and play the 1550s to 1600 part of a regular Byzantine game, then leave a like, 7,000 likes, and we will do the next part showing the late game moves. So see you guys in the next video. I also want to give a very special thank you to all of my patrons and channel members, as well as my Twitch subscribers. Thank you so much, guys, for all the support. I wouldn't be able to make these videos without you.